Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. What's good, family? It's your boy Sykes, and you are looking live at another episode of Special Delivery. We taking a look at another piece of basketball history today with Adidas Forum, but this ain't no regular Forum, fam. Nah, this thing actually has a little bit of a twist to it. It pays homage to the McDonald's All-American game, you know, maybe the most popular high school basketball game in the world. Now, I gotta tell you, I actually vibe with these shoes for a lot of different reasons, but the biggest one, it's one of the few collabs that I've seen this year that actually feels like it makes a ton of sense. I'll explain what I mean by that, but y'all gotta stick around for it. In the meantime though, let's unbox this heat. Yo, y'all see they sent these joints in a McDonald's bag. This is really tripping me out, fam. I cannot get over this. You got the big old McDonald's logo. Then you flip it over though, you see this big old EE right here. This actually stands for Emanuel, who's the guy who actually designed this shoe. And you probably know him from the fire shorts that he has going around the internet. But he's also done a bunch of different collabs with Adidas and Reebok on sneakers. And so you know this joint is about to be torched just from his track record alone. Anyway, fam, let's go ahead and unbox these things, see what they hitting on. Woo, this pink, fam. This is dope. You know we gotta check the bag, see if we got some bag fries. Bro, I should not be this corny, bro. Anyway, let's crack these things open and see what they hitting on. Woo! Do y'all see these, man? Do y'all see these things? First of all, this leather is just so soft to the touch, man. It's so dope. And then you got my favorite part of the Forum, this strap right here, this strap on the collar. That's how you know exactly what shoe this is. And then you got your classic McDonald's colors all over the thing, right? You got your yellow, you got your red, then you move up to the slather right here. You see you got the McDonald's All-American game logo. Then you got it again right here on the tongue, so you know exactly what this shoe is for. Move down, you got your EE right here again for Emanuel, and then you got another McDonald's logo right here on the side. But the thing that I really love the most about this shoe is how old it is. The Forum was born in 1984, and here it is in 2021 having a resurgence. And this is just the latest model of that. And that's what I think is so cool, is that there's so much history in this thing. And the game that it pays homage to has a ton of history behind it as well. You know what? I'm getting carried away. Let's just jump right into story time, fam. Let's do it. These shoes were built to pay homage to two absolute pillars in the game of basketball and its culture. One in the Adidas Forum as a sneaker, and the other in the McDonald's All-American game as this sort of tentpole event for the sport itself. I mean, think about it. The McDonald's All-American game has been a rite of passage for some of the best talent that we've ever seen touch a basketball court. I'm talking folks like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and the list goes on. And it all started 44 years ago in 1977 with the very first McDonald's All-American team. They played in the Capital Classic against the best talent in the DMV area, and from there it sort of took off. The next year in 1978, they made their own game, and here we stand 43 years later in 2021, and people are still looking forward to the best high school prospects playing in this game. Then you fast forward a few years later to the Adidas Forum in 1984, and you have this shoe that Michael Jordan wore in the US Olympic trials. I mean, that's how much history this thing has. It was known as the premium basketball shoe immediately because it was the first one to retail for $100. If you had this thing, it was an absolute flex on the basketball court. You were popping. It basically had hype before hype was really a thing. It's one of the few shoes that was able to do that. And here we stand 37 years later, and this shoe is still a flex, albeit in a bit of a different way off of the basketball court. So yeah, there's a ton of history jam-packed in these shoes right here, and it's all sort of revolves around the game of basketball in a way that I feel like fans can really touch and appreciate, and that's what makes this thing so different from other collaborations that we've seen. Normally, there aren't two entities that have this same shared history like Adidas and the McDonald's All-American game, but this shoe manages to combine those things in a way that we rarely see today, and that's what makes this thing so different from the rest. Y'all know what it is, fam. We gotta talk about that brass tacks. We gotta talk about who this shoe is really for and how it fits into sneaker culture. And as always, we gonna start with that price tag. Now, these are $140, so they ain't exactly the cheapest thing in the world. And it's a collaboration, so it probably won't be the easiest thing to get when it drops on April 23rd. But at the same time, these shoes are just so refreshing to me. This is a fresh take on the Forum 84 as it continues to make its resurgence in 2021. And it also plays on a theme that we talked about before. Vintage basketball is back, fam. It continues to make its way into fashion. We talked about it with New Balance's 550, and we talked about it with Converse's Chuck 70 with concepts. And this is Adidas' take on vintage basketball. The Forum 84 is something that we're going to see a lot more of going forward in 2021. And at the same time, I think this is just a shoe that is so worth appreciating from Emanuel. I mean, this attempt at sort of fusing these two worlds of the Forum and Adidas in the McDonald's All-American game is something that I can just appreciate so much. It's not often that you see with collaborations today that there's a shared history between them. Like I said, like we see a lot of collaborations come every single week. And a lot of times they make a pretty fire product, but there's not really any nostalgic value to it. This shoe is different. This shoe has that history behind it, and that's what makes this thing so special. So if you can appreciate that sort of shared history and you're a fan of vintage basketball kicks, then I think this is definitely a shoe that you're gonna wanna pick up. Anyway, fam, that's a wrap for us. This has been Special Delivery. I'm your boy Sykes, and this is Adidas McDonald's All-American Game Forum 84. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Special Delivery. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out our playlist for the rest of the heat that we review, or maybe just check out this video right here.